So in the last video, we talked about, well, what will happen if the income changes, or if the price of two goods change at the same ratio at the same time. Here we're going to talk about, well, what if the price of one good changes? Specifically in this example, what happens if the price of tacos change? So the budget constraint, like we said before, and I'm going to say it again, is limited by the price of goods and the consumer's budget. So what happens if the price changes? So if the price of only one good changes, the budget line will actually rotate. Just like what we see here on this graph down here, at this budget line is actually rotating. It's not moving, shifting in a parallel fashion. It's actually rotating. So we're looking at what happens if the price of tacos, let's say they double. So this would be a very sad day. It's going to be a very dark day if the prices of tacos double. Just trust me on that. You don't want to see that day. But let's say that the prices of tacos do double. The budget line will actually rotate to the left or counterclockwise. Now, I understand we're dealing with the 21st century and we deal more with digital clocks. I mean, I'm looking around my office right now and I don't have anything other than a digital clock that tells time. So I wanted to throw up this nice little clock face, the old clock faces, to where we can see what clockwise versus counterclockwise looks like. Now, if you remember, clockwise moves with the numbers on the clock, so it moves to the right, versus counterclockwise goes opposite of the way that the hands on a clock would move, so it moves counterclockwise. So just to kind of give you a little bit of the way it looks, and that would be moving to the left or counterclockwise. So I just kind of put this clock face up there for a reference. So this budget line would rotate to the left, and we can see that here by this yellow line, that now it's rotating to that left, which means fewer tacos can be purchased for any given level of burgers. So what that means is we can now only afford 5 tacos if we purchase no hamburgers. Because our budget constraint is $5 each taco. Since we doubled the price of those tacos, they now cost $1, and we can only afford 5 tacos. Or let's say that we consume 2 hamburgers at $1.25 a piece, then that means that we only have about $1.25 remaining to spend on tacos. We can only buy 2.5 tacos, versus before we were able to buy 5 tacos. So the increase in the price of tacos would rotate this budget curve to the left, meaning that for any given level of burgers, we can purchase fewer tacos. But let's say we have this fantastic deal that happens. Let's say the prices of tacos are cut in half. You know, maybe there's a nice event, like maybe it's Taco Tuesday, or maybe it's Cinco de Mayo, and we have the price of the tacos are now being cut in half. Instead of them costing 50 cents a taco, they cost 25 cents a taco. So what is that going to do? That's going to rotate our budget curve to the right. And for anybody that likes to use the reference of the clock, it's going to go clockwise. It's going to move to the right. What does that mean? It means for any given level of burgers, you can now buy more tacos. This is a very good day. Trust me, you live for these kind of days if you're like me and you like tacos. So what that means is that if you consume 0 burgers, now you can consume 20 tacos instead of just 10. Or let's say that you're going to consume 2 hamburgers. Well, now if you consume 2 hamburgers, and prices for tacos are 25 cents, you can consume 10 tacos rather than just 5. So for any given level of hamburgers, you can now buy more tacos. But there's one thing that I definitely want to point out throughout all of this, is that in either case, in any of those 3 cases, whether the price of tacos double, they're halved, or they stay the same, if only burgers were consumed, the number of burgers would not change. So we see right down here that if we consume no tacos, the number of hamburgers would stay the same, at $4 or at 4 hamburgers. Why? Because they cost $1.25 a piece. Our budget was still $5. We could still only consume 4 hamburgers if we only consumed hamburgers. It doesn't matter what the price of the tacos were. We could still only consume 4 hamburgers because the price of the hamburgers have not changed. So basically a price change in tacos would have no effect on the maximum number of burgers that could be consumed. A price change in tacos has no effect on the maximum number of burgers that could be consumed because the price of burgers hasn't changed.